Hey, good evening. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I totally being asked to share some things with you. I totally feel that if I share these things, it might just help the world out, or people that come across it. Why not, right? It's what it's all about, right? Better, leaving the material there for those who come after you, so that if it can help someone else on the way, that's what it's all about. It's not about that it can help somebody else. It's about if and hopefully, right? So I don't know. I always called it like inspired writing. Most psychics, most people in the psychic community would know it as channeled writing. But I totally believe auto writing to be something done with the opposite hand that you write with, and completely in a trance under a very, very powerful spirit. But we are all just vessels for, energies, for spirits, for water that fill the vessels, right? Christ said his first miracle even, let the vessels be filled to the rim with water. And Christ turned the water into wine at the wedding. It wasn't even his time yet. Okay, that's the miracle of Christ born within you through the waters. Purify your body, inside and out. Fast, water fast. Cleanse. Exalt yourself. Treat yourself better. Don't exalt yourself to be noticed by people or anything, to have praise. You'll receive your just reward. Trust me. I've been there, done that, lived it. I'm raising my hand. I'm right here with everybody. Just seriously, don't do it. It's not worth it. So, what I got here is inspired writing, basically. But I don't know. I feel that there's a lot that I've learned on my journey. I walked a life of 35 years of just sex, drugs, debauchery, just everything I could think of to slowly destroy this temple. Like I was getting back at God for all the suffering I'd gone through, just like it was unjust or something, but taking it out on my body would be like the ultimate, revenge at him, just the ultimate F you, the ultimate finger in the sky, man. Childish, even as adults we are, we don't see it. And sometimes we do, sometimes, we change it, sometimes we can't change it, sometimes we just don't know to change it, it came to me finally admitting to myself and to God that I didn't know how to change. I didn't know how it was. I didn't know how it was supposed to be, because obviously, man, I've been doing it wrong for 35 years apparently, if I hadn't got it right yet. If fruit has not developed fully on the tree, if I have never been able to harvest a harvest, then, man, obviously there's something wrong in the manifestation process, right? Man, it took me a long time to understand all these processes that all play together in this one world. It's really crazy, but so I've totally, I found that writing things down helps me to solidify things that, I'm given, because we things are brought to us all day long by energies. We're the vessel, so, where do those thoughts come from that holy crap, I wasn't thinking about anything that had to do with welding? Where does welding fit in my day? What? Where do you get these thoughts from that just invade your space, that you can't explain? I don't know anything about that. What? Mind, you're getting crazy. We need to get back focused on this. We're on this right now. What the hell does that have to do with anything, right? Any specific thought doesn't matter. Any just random thoughts, they are placed within you. It's a spirit walking by you, whispering in your ear. And that is how movements are made in this world, forward or backward or idle. It doesn't matter. Movement is happening. Whether you're walking in place, you're walking forward, or you're walking backward, you're walking somewhere. And whether you're being led by a rope to the gallows or to the slaughter, you know what I mean? Like, that's up to us. Which leads me, well, you know what I mean? Okay, so I guess this kind of goes to what I was beginning to say. So I found that just because you may not like a color in the crayon box, you know, it may not be your favorite color, doesn't mean that you're not going to be told, hey, use that crayon for that place. It's going to be beautiful, watch. And every time that you ignore that hint, you color God has a certain way that he wants the picture to look in the end. It's up to us. We can color outside the lines and stuff, but he just asks that we use the colors that we're handed. We can paint whatever we want on this picture, but he's just asking us to, hey, can you look over here and can you get this spot right here for me, man? I noticed there's something over here and I want you to take a good look at it and color it in detail for me. You know what I mean? Like, the Father works through all of us. More often than not, now I find myself having conversations with God and people don't even know this is happening. It's crazy. I guess you'd call me crazy, but hey, man, if I've lost it, everybody else needs to lose it too. Seriously. I didn't know that the world had such color. I didn't know you could feel colors. Like what? What? So just keep in mind the picture that you're co-creating, that you're co-painting here. You know, what picture are you painting? And if you restrict yourself to only the 8 colors, or only your favorite colors, you'll never step outside of your comfort zone and see what other pictures you really could make, or just how beautiful that picture could have been if you would have just gave it a chance to use that other color. You know what I mean? That one color you didn't like, you just find a place for it in your picture and see how things change. Seriously. I also find that, you know, we're all given this choice in life. Well, what's the choice? I questioned that for the longest time. Like, what choice are we given? I was forced into this world. What are you talking about? I didn't ask to be born. Right and wrong. We choose before we come here. We drink from the waters of forgetfulness is what it's what I'm told it is when I can't explain how I know. I just know. I just trust me, please. So when you drink from the waters of forgetfulness, you go into the body. Your soul enters your mother's womb, right? So you're born into this world without memory of who you are, and you compete against about 8 billion other souls right now for a place in this world, and you come here knowing that you can do it without even your memory of being who you are. How powerful are you that you could come to this place in a place of competition with not just other angels but demons as well, and you are confident enough to come here without memory of your power, and that you could find yourself. Well, I hope you find yourself, because your power is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to wake up. Your Father's not going to give you the keys to the universe if you don't know how to flip and turn the lock. You know what I mean? If you're not big enough to turn the lock and put the key in the lock, you know, you can't have the keys yet, obviously. If you can't drive, you can't have the car. You know what I mean? If you can't ride your bike, you gotta have training wheels. Best analogy right there. So you got training wheels, you have your abilities, but you don't have conscious ability to use them. Everything's on a subconscious level right now. Autopilot. You're technically not painting your own picture if you're not in control, right? So we need to bring that subconscious awareness to the forefront of the conscious awareness and start co-creating. Take up our paintbrush and our paints and get our little easels out and start doing our own picture. Otherwise, the cycle's never going to change. So back to what I was saying, I guess Spirit had another thought there, that wanted to convey. So, we're all given this choice. Man, it took me a while to figure this out. It just takes me a minute to figure out how to put this into words. So, is there, man, here, let's start at the beginning. It'll make it easier, I guess. The choice. Everyone is given a choice. You hear that spoken all the time. What does that mean aside from doing right in our day-to-day? It took me a while to figure this out, that just because someone has divine union with the self, the conscious, the cohesive heart and mind, the self, working as one. Just because somebody has that working for them does not mean that they know the Father. Doesn't mean that they know God at all. There's two choices. There's two fathers. These people, 90% of people I've met in life, holy crap, over my past, if they had any kind of divine union, it wasn't with the Father above, that's for sure, but, in their own way, man, they just, I think 90% of the people I knew in my life were just on autopilot. That autopilot that we spoke of a minute ago. Yeah, do they have Christ on the cross, or do they have the other guy who's supposed to be on the cross, the ego? Who's on the cross in their life? Their fruit will tell you. You will know them by their fruit. Do they even produce fruit? And if they do produce fruit, what kind of fruit is it? And that is how you'll know if they've got Christ on the cross within them, or if they've got the ego, the devil within on the cross, the lower carnal self. We all struggle with things. I still, I smoke pot. I'm like, crap, I'm no perfect person. I did give up smoking. I used dip to do that, and God, that was awful, but I found nicotine pouches I could just chew on. I'm gonna give that up too. And I'm sure in time pot will go, but it helps me to channel. I have ADHD, and God, man, I'm so avoidant in life, like to put myself out there. I know I've always just wanted to fit in and be like everyone else. I didn't want to stand out. I've come to the realization that all I do is stand out. I am different from everyone. Eccentric, Jesus, man, I would probably, my picture would be under eccentric in the Webster, but under like Wikipedia, man, I'm probably cuckoo. It would be like a little cuckoo bird next to it. The new age versus the old age. That's awesome. Sorry, I cracked myself up. But anyway, so moving on, do they have Christ on the cross within, or do they have the lower carnal self on the cross within? That's what it all boils down to. Anybody can have cohesion within themselves. Do they know the light? Do they know the All-Father? Whatever name that they want to give him, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own name for their higher power, because everybody has their own subjective truth of what color the freaking tree is. We can all agree that the trees are green. We just can't agree on what shade of color or what shade of green the flippin' tree is. But at least we can all agree that it's green. Thank you for that. But if we can move beyond religion and the shades and just to come to the agreement of, hey, look, it's freaking green. I love you. How can we help each other? How can we build together in this world? How can we make something happen here that hasn't happened until now because nobody else has had the courage to do it? Because everybody's thought of it. I'll tell you that right now. So, I was also told that there are 5 worlds because there are 5 elements physically and spiritually. And as we cycle through the elements in our lives, from life to life, so too the earth cycles through the 5 worlds. And on a greater scale, one could say that the universe would move through some sort of a way on a grandiose scale, like not just the earth moves through these worlds, like there's the Bronze Age, the Gold Age, the Christ, Daniel foretold of the 5 worlds, the 5 ages. Well, there's 5 worlds also. The earth moves through these portals to these gateways. The solar system does it as it winds through the universe. The universe does it on a grander scale as it winds through the cosmos. Like, how do you describe what a universe moves in? I can't even think of the word right now. I'm so freaking tired. I'd spend hours just up with these thoughts just rolling. I gotta figure this all out. But I mean, like, I've got so much rolling around now I can't remember. Cosmology, it's, oh my gosh, it's getting crazy. But so there are 5 worlds also. So there's the earth moves through a world of air, enlightenment. The world moves through an age or a world of water, and it's all about the emotions and emotional development. Air's about developing the mind. The water's about developing the emotions. The earth is about developing the practical body and everything that goes for the practical, the food. How are we going to arrange the civil and the practical, right? How are we going to arrange the houses and everything? How's the how's the physical world going to fit in with what we're feeling and what we're thinking? Okay, with the air realm, with the air world, with what we've built there, and now what we've built in the water realm. What are we feeling? How is what we feel going to manifest? How are we going to build what we feel in front of us in the practical? And then there's also the fire, the world of fire, the age of fire. Like, what's the passion, the drive, what's the intent? What makes you just like, I gotta freaking do this. If I don't do this, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna sit here and just have a heart attack if I don't. Oh my God, just like that frustrated energy of just, I've got to do this. And that's where all of the worlds that you've built up to. That's why I always think that like fire's the last one, because once you've built up, but it's will, so nothing begins without will. You desire to do it, you will it so. Abracadabra, as I speak, so I create. Right? So it or as I speak, so I manifest. So I'm sorry, I just totally came out of where I was. But yeah, so there's 5 worlds and everything comes together right there at fire. I think fire is what actually just like, okay, we're gonna do this. All of it, everything that we feel, that we think, that we know to be true, we're gonna do it. But fire is also, I find, is creative and destructive. We destroy with fire. I create and I destroy. I am. I see that I've ran around through life with destructive fire in my hand, just burning everything to the ground, running from one thing to the next, just like, oh, well, my next harvest is here, and abandoned my harvest before it was even ready. and the people that I built it with and planted it with. I hurt a lot of people. I didn't understand at the time. I thought I was doing what was right for me. And I really didn't understand just what exactly I was doing. Man, I'm deeply regretful for that. Though I can't change it. And for anybody that I've wronged, I know you would know if you ever came across this, just know for what it's worth. I'm sorry, and I remember you all by name. Shoot, that's real talk, yeah. Real talk. So, shoot, I find if you want peace in life, you gotta stop chasing money. You can't chase the money. You can't do it for the money. You can't do it for the material. Stop chasing your addictions. Just know that what you seek in this world seeks you in return. What you think about, your energy flows to it. So where your mind goes, your energy flows. Where your energy flows, you manifest. What do you think about most? I found that the one thing that I did manage to instill in my kids is the defeatist mentality that I had. The I'm not good enough, I suck, it's not gonna work because this, I only build this, and so don't expect me to be good. And man, we gotta watch what we say around our kids really, really close. I'm starting to spend the weekends at least one day a week with my kids. I get some one-on-one time with one of my sons. Two of my kids are in California visiting family, but so I get to spend some one-on-one time, and I just noticed just how much they really did pay attention. They really did. We think kids don't pay attention. They really do. They see and hear more than we think. And they're more like us than we know, or than we give them credit for. I think that's why we butt heads so much. Because we're just like one another, and the control and the power and struggles. It just creates a lot of strife. Everybody just wants to stand in their own power, and rightfully so. So you gotta stop chasing the things of this world, especially money. It's not the root of all evil. Money's a tool. It can be used for anything. Money's not good or bad. It's what you do with it that matters. Why are you seeking the money? Well, for my family, I need to support them. So go work hard. Go work smart. And those things will be taken care of. Everything you need is given to you. But not what you want. You want to take care of your family. Your family is taken care of. Your needs are fully supported always. If you look deep enough, you'll find that your needs are always supported. And they always have been, and they always will. So stop chasing the money. Okay, here's why. Here's why. When you chase money, it pushes it away from you. In a chase, you have to have a runner and a chaser. So if you're gonna chase, then you are proposing to the universe, hey, you wanna play a game? You run from me and I'll chase you. Okay, well, what's the stakes? My abundance, my prosperity, my money. That's the stakes of this game. That's what I wager. If I catch you, you have to give me my abundance, my birthright. And the universe says, but if I don't catch you, well, you can keep it till I catch you, basically. So if you create that dynamic with our Father in heaven, he will play. And he will play well. He can hide better than we can even think about hiding or seeking. He knows places to hide that we know not to look. Please stop playing the game. Let it come to you. See that you only need to chase the love, and not even chase the love, because that proposes that same dynamic. I would have said chase love an hour ago, 10 minutes ago, a second ago. I would have just said literally right now, chase love instead. But I'm hearing right now, don't chase love. Don't chase anything. Be still and wait is what I hear right now. Be still and wait. For he who lives forever, and he will come. Thank you for correcting me. That's what's up. So, don't chase anything. I would have said chase love. But apparently, just be still and wait. And know, find the love in your life that you have right in front of you. And be everything to that. Put the love in your life on a pedestal. You want to become great in this world? You must first make yourself nothing. And then all things shall be added to you. Become no thing. And that is the only way you can obtain all things. But by the time you become no thing, you're not going to care about any of the things. Except for the love. The people. Store up your treasures in heaven, people. It's the people in your life that matter the most. What are you willing to give for the love? For those who love you and try to love you in their own way. Even if they don't have godly agape love, they love you to the best of their ability. And that's enough. That's all you're asked to give to the best of your ability. That's all I'm asked to give, to the best of my ability. I know that I'm capable of deep love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I know I'm capable of great love. And for 35 years, I've held that back, thinking that nobody was worthy of it. That was the only thing that made me unworthy of everything I ever wanted in this world. Because I felt everyone else was unworthy, so I felt I was unworthy too. The only person who was worthy was Christ, and he's dead. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even here, so what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, man, we're all waiting for this guy that's not coming. Christ ain't coming. Wake up and love yourself and actualize the love that's within you, outside of you, and share it. Like a cup that is too full and you're trying not to spill it, like a spoon of oil, but you got to walk through this house and check out all the tapestries and shit. You're not going to make it back with any oil in your spoon. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that you can walk through this world without spilling this cup. When you become that cup, when that water, I went through this world, like, man, even this week, I'm no stranger. Like, seriously, I've got my own battles. My father said, you have no water in your cup. Do you see why you're in the desert yet? Do you see why every time you left here, you were sucked back here like a magnet, like a black hole to the desert, man? You have no water in your cup. So now I'm looking for the well. I'm finding it. I'm getting closer and closer every day. But I find my journey is meaningless to me if I don't share it with everyone. If I don't share it with the world, so that that one soul who's out there that could possibly benefit from it could find it. If I don't put it out there, if I don't try, what does that say about me? When you want God, like, you hold your breath as long as you can. As long as you can. And then try and hold it for a minute more. Seriously, without taking a breath. When you want God as much as you want that next breath, you'll know. You'll know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. But then I find that you gotta remember that fire every day and bring it into this day from yesterday. That's hard. That's the hard part. Everybody receives peace in this world. Everyone. It's keeping your peace. It's holding on to it. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. Everyone receives peace. But are you able to keep it? That's the test. Keep your peace. Desire God like you desire air or a drink of water in a thirsty desert with one oasis in the middle of it. Took you 5 days to get there. That's the kind of desire he's talking about. And when you know it, when you feel it, you know it. Just try and bring that into every day. And you'll live in love. I promise you that. If God dwells in heaven, and Christ says heaven is inside us, then is your Father not inside you too? Is God not inside you? The Vedas say that God hid the Godhead within the man because he knew it was the only place the man would never look. But it's put within us to search this world out for meaning, for purpose, for God himself. He's inside us the whole time. I'm going to let you in on that secret. Now, I told you where he is. Go find him. He's there, I promise. And when you realize who God is, it's going to blow your mind. You're going to just... I can't explain it. I can't explain it, but you will feel color. You'll see this world for the beauty and the magnificence and the simplicity, the simple elegance of it, of this whole dance. We're all in this Lucifer experiment together. What we do is we go from lifetime to lifetime. We take our light from the source and we go as far as we can out into the dark without completely losing our light. And then we ask the Father to send the light from heaven to where we are now, that he may be with us and we with him. As it is above, so below. And then that light comes to us where we are there in the darkness, and we illuminate that space further out from the source, and then our purpose is served, and we ebb back to the source. And then we come back to the light, and we recharge, and we take that in again, and we get a new vigor out of the eternal flame. We're reborn as a phoenix, always, every lifetime. And we go out further from the darkness, and we expand the light. Now, the darkness, they operate in the opposite way. You can get how the darkness operates. They go out from the dark source, and go out and expand the darkness, and they work against the light. You know what I mean? It's always a constant balance, a constant battle, a constant ebb, a constant flow. And it will always be this way until the end of the ends. Until the heavens are shut up like a scroll and the stars roll away and all is revealed to everyone, till all are one. Till all are one. May you all be healed, sealed, guided, and protected along your path. I pray for all of you out there. You're all my brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, sons and daughters. We're all one collective soul. We're fragments. Just as Adam and Eve came into this world, one whole being, two became one, and then they had kids and multiplied and fragmented off and divided, and we are the descendants, all 8 billion of us. We're all one soul in individual bodies. Treat each other as such. They are you. You are them. Though we are ignorant of it 99% of the time, and we're selfish. But be mindful. These people are they are you. Not just their brother and sister, they are you. Love and light, you guys. Stay in the light.